What's going on? Welcome to episode 13. No,
14.
14.
Yeah,
I just said that. Episode 14 of A Fighting Chance. I'm Jared. We got Sal.
Hey.
And this is a very, very exciting episode for us. We've got the number 13 ranked lightweight on the UFC. Renato Moicano. What's going on, man? Thank you so much for being here. Money
Thank you
Moicano.
So yeah, I like that sound, bro. That's a good sound.
It's
I'm
the
feeling
best
great.
sound.
How about you guys? You guys okay?
You're
Yeah.
doing really well. You've had how have the last few weeks been for you? Has it been as different as I would hope that it would be for you?
Yeah, a little bit. This time, like after this fight, I got a lot of media attention, and I had like a lot of interviews and podcasts and all that stuff. So I'm feeling really nice, and it's really good to have the recognition and to be able to talk about the fight and my life. So it's been like a really busy weeks, but I'm liking. I am liking.
That's awesome. I want to let you know, like, I'm not late to the Moicano party. I'm actually late to the whole UFC thing. Like, I've been a diehard UFC fan since basically the pandemic started.
Yeah.
So it's not like I wasn't one of the ones giving you disrespect. I just want you to know that. If there were other people doing that, your message is loud and clear to me, but I've been seriously, like, since your Alex Hernandez fight, I've been such a fan. Like the way that you went out and did that, I was just like, oh fuck yeah. And then you got the RDA fight, and I sometimes I like to bet on fights, and there was no doubt in my mind, just based off of the way you have that fighter, just that warrior fight in you, like, and that was just so obvious to me that I was just like, I think he could do this. I think he could like, I didn't even know anything about you. I just knew the way you conducted that last fight, and that was in Texas, right?
Was in Texas.
So I was like, you're gonna go out and destroy RDA. I was like, I really believed that, and I know it was like on 4 days' notice, and you're drinking beer and at a barbecue and all that, but I really believed, like I was just all on what you were about at that point. And then in this last fight, like, I don't even know what that could have been like going up against Brad Riddell, because you've got, like, you know, the Izzy army and everybody's like there. Like, I really can't imagine what that would feel like. Is it just something that's just, you got to stay true to like what you know you're about and like how good you are? Or is there like some of that energy that kind of at points gets in your head? Like, what does that even feel like?
No, man, I don't care about that. Like, there were a lot of like Easy friends, and they were teammates like Brad Riddell, Easy, and I think they had like 4 guys on the card, like City Kickboxing, and they had a lot of people, and like Australia is a long flight, and they still like bring a lot of people. But I don't care about that, because in the end of the day, it's just me and my opponent on the cage. So the noise and the pressure and all that stuff doesn't really matter. You know, you have to go over there and perform and do your best. So in the end of the day, it's just you have to show up who is the best. You have to show them who is the best fighter. So I don't care about any of that stuff.
I believe you when you say that, but do you really feel when you get in there, you're like, I'm going to submit this guy in the first round, I'm going to, like, you know, also be able to outstrike him? Do you have that level of confidence, or is this something that, is it just an undeniable thing? Like, even like when you're backstage, you're already thinking like, this is going to be, you know, my night? Is that how you have
brother.
to be?
That night I was like fired up. I was like, I went over there to show the world how good I am, you know, and to show what I like, what I could do. And that was my plan, to go over there, make a statement, to outstrike him, to put him on the ground, and to finish him. That was my whole mindset in that night. And I was very fortunately, so I could do what I train and what I visualize. So it was a really good night for me.
Dude, that gives me chills. And you literally fired everybody up. Like, there's me, because I'm not able to watch the fight, so I need to connect with somebody like you. Like, after the fight, like on the mic, the way that you do it. and like you know you're only out there for 3 minutes, so like you're not even hearing the commentary. Like you know at times like you know you had DC being like, oh, Renato's like you know outstriking Brad, like, but it didn't even last long enough to be able to connect with what you were doing until you got on the mic, and then you just unleashed. And the best was I was listening back to that today, and you even like there was like a moment where you just finally scream out the Moicano wants money, like, and Joe Rogan is just, and as a comic he just starts laughing, like he's just like you made the comedian laugh, like he's just like, oh fuck, this guy's like you were killing, like in the words of a comic, you were killing the crowd.
Are you a comic? Do you watch comedy? You like?
I love comedy. Like comedy for me, like in this world of you know stress and suffering, I think laughter is the best medicine. Like dark humor, good. Like it's just the best outlet to get out of your own head and like whatever you're feeling that's negative. I think that it can always be just a nice coat of comedy humor is just the best way to get through a bad situation.
Yeah, there is something about comedy that you can say whatever you want in comedy, right? And you can like express yourself. And I feel I did that, you know, because I don't know, I'm not a funny guy all the time, but sometimes I got too emotional, even in my house, even in my home, and sometimes I am funny and without wanting to be funny. And I think this was what happened because I was so emotional and I was so and I started to talk about, and my English is not great, but man, what was very nice to see like Joe Rogan laughing and having, even after the fight I was watching the video and say, man, he was enjoying the speech and the talk, and I thought it was great. It was a great moment for me.
Because you were so real, and like that's the thing is like you're saying you were emotional, you were vulnerable, like. But it's like the perfect storm because you're saying like your English isn't that good. So it's like the combination of all of those things is like the perfect storm. And you just can't help but to like feel what you're saying with you. And like it's, you know, you weren't being funny but it was coming off and making people smile. Like it was like people were like smiling in it, like this undeniable, like this is... Dude, it was like literally like one of the best moments I can recall in the UFC, and that's not. Nice, it's not the first time though that you've done that. Like you've been doing that. And the one thing I was thinking is your exposure this year. You've been fighting basically 3 arenas, right?
Yes.
Dude, that's so different than like everybody else who's been fighting in these Apex, like which is, I mean, Sal and I are huge fans. So like It's you know 4 p.m. starts the prelims. I watch everything. Like I'm watching every prelim fighter, no matter where they're fighting. Apex, I mean even you know different organizations. This weekend with the PFL was wild. Like, but like for me, the exposure that you've been getting it's so different. It's got to be fighting in front of a crowd, like a big crowd versus you know the few hundred or 1,000 at the Apex.
Yeah, no, it's so different. But can I ask you a question?
Anything.
You can see, right?
No, I lost my eyesight when I was 11. So I used to be an ice hockey player, and that's like how I had my athletic career taken from me when I was 11 years old, and I started playing music after I lost my eyesight, and that's how I found.
But was due to an injury? Was like
No, it's actually a genetic thing passed down from the mother. Yeah, it's like but like nobody in my family has ever been blind like before me. So like nobody even knew anything about it.
Yeah.
And my dad actually got me into Brazilian jiu-jitsu after I lost my sight.
Yeah.
And cuz
you still training? You training?
I work out like a madman. I do like strength and conditioning every day, but I don't do jiu-jitsu. My wife and I did like kickboxing together for like a year and a half. And about a few years ago, I did some jiu-jitsu out when I was living in California, like some privates and stuff. But dude, I miss it. It's one of those things that like grappling is. Yeah, it's one of my favorite things.
Man, I feel like jiu-jitsu for someone that can see is the best sport, right?
Dude, it's the best.
Probably it's the best sport.
It really is. It's an amazing thing. I didn't I never trained jiu-jitsu while I was in great shape. So like now that I work out like a madman, I would love to be able to utilize like my knowledge of like, you know,
Grappling.
controlling your but controlling your cardio, because like before it was like this all out, like just like blah, 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 I'm just gonna kill, and now I just feel like I would be way more intelligent about it.
Yeah.
No, I miss
Brother,
it all the time.
I want to keep asking you questions because it's so different. You
Dude,
know, I hope you're not
coming.
got offended about that, you know?
I'll be honest, man. I don't consider this. This is a conversation. I don't like things to be one-sided. So keep them coming.
No, that's nice because this is so different, you know, to talk to someone like that enjoys sports, and you can see and how you connect, like you say, how you connect. So it's all about the commentators, like who is commentating.
Yeah, Sal put out a really cool clip of like, because he asked me like a few podcasts ago. He was like, so what is it about? And like I really got into it. I was like, you know. Because, you know, somebody would say, like, how do you enjoy watching it? Like, what? And I even made, like, the example of, like, well, it's like everything in my life is this at this point. So, like, somebody who would say, like, how do you enjoy that would also say, like, the example I gave was, like, how do you enjoy going to the beach? And I was like, I fucking love going to the beach. Like, maybe I can't enjoy a sunset, but I love swimming in the ocean and feeling the waves and, like, all that. And, man, that's honestly, like, with my little you know, I'm not a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I'm not a master, you know, Muay Thai striker or anything, but like I'm a very competitive person. I consider my like whole life to be this, like, I fight through everything in my life, and everything is about like getting through something in a very positive sense. But yeah, man, when I'm watching fights, I'm listening to the commentary. Obviously there are people who I like doing it better than others, and I'm always because I care. I really care about knowing what's going on. I'm watching it with my wife, my best friend, and they're always like, you know, giving me what's going on. But at the same time, I go back. I'll go to YouTube, watch other people do commentary, like people who break it down on YouTube better than even, you know, the biased commentary in a fight.
Yeah.
And so like I spend a lot. I told somebody the other day, I was like, it wouldn't be shy to say that I spend like at least 30 hours a week just like listening to like fights while I'm falling asleep. It's very therapeutic for me. I'm like and man, it's the only sport that I'm into. Like everything else is just it's every other sport wants to be fighting.
Yeah.
Like if everybody in like you know, playing soccer, playing football or baseball, whatever, like was like, oh, instead of kicking this ball or putting this ball in a hoop, we're just gonna beat the shit out of each other. I think that they would all choose to do that.
Yeah. I understand what you mean. No, that's a nice perspective to hear about somebody that see fighting and like and watch fight different than me, you know. Because for me, like I have to watch and see, but it must be nice, like to because I feel like when something is taken from you, you have to find another ways, right?
You have to
To understand the world, right? So I think people like you are more connected to life. Like you say, going to the beach or something, you have to be connected, right? And some people just take for granted, right? The life and the beach and the fighting, but we never know the future, right?
That's exactly right. And honestly, there's been so many years in my life where I even took things for granted. And at this point, I choose to be grateful for like the things that bring me happiness. And I choose to like, we all have a choice. Like we all know what makes us happy and like the kind of people to surround ourselves with that bring us, you know, to a better place of who we want to be. And as long as we're choosing those things, we're not, you know, because life can be a mental struggle if we are surrounded by the wrong kind of people. Yeah. And so for me, it's like, you know, if you're doing the things that you enjoy, like I love to cook. I cook for myself and my family like every single day for dinner. I love working out. I love playing music. I love playing music for people. So I'm like, I do music streams on Twitch every day.
Nice.
And I'm like playing like live music for people. And it's interactive. I have like a robot voice in my headphones, so we're like chatting, and it's really cool. And I record music with people who and I've been in bands so I've traveled the world playing my own original music, and that's like, so when I think about like you growing up, like, you know, fighting and like I don't know like your career like as far as in the regional circuit, but like you probably fought in place is way smaller than Madison Square Garden at one point. So like that's something I can like for sure relate to, because my band went over to tour in the UK and we played in like arenas over there, and it's like playing in front of 25,000 people on stage is so different than playing in front of bartenders. And like I've experienced everything from like, oh, we're playing for nobody tonight, to like, you know, hearing that roar of thousands of people as you're walking out there is it's what, you know, it's, I'm sure it's why it can't be why you do something, but I'm sure it helps.
Yeah, I don't know if helps or not, because I usually don't I don't pay any attention on the crowd before the fight, because the times that I did, I was very emotional on the fight, and I was very involved in the fight, and I was thinking I have to, like, I was putting pressure on myself. So every time that I'm gonna fight, doesn't matter if it's Apex or MSG, or doesn't matter, I always focus on the fight, you know, because in the end of the day, if you lose, people gonna hate you. If you win, they're gonna love you. So it's all about that. So I do because I love, and because of the money, because I am good at it, and I like fighting, and I like money. But definitely it's very nice before the fight, when you win, have the recognition and have the noise, and the public and the crowd respond at you. Like when you say something, they cheer. That's amazing. But I don't think about that before the fight, because if you lose, they're not gonna do that, you know. And I'm not judging them, because as human beings, we like people that win, you know. So I don't pay too much attention before the fight about like crowd and all that stuff. But after, it was amazing to be in MSG, to be on Texas. Texas was amazing. People are very nice at Texas, and Las Vegas too, on the T-Mobile Arena. So this year was a great year for me. I fought in great arenas, and was very good.
In that RDA fight, so when you're in like that fifth round, which I think was the best round of that fight for you, you said like you don't feed off of the crowd before, but during the fight, is that even a factor, or do you not hear the crowd, or how does that kind of work? Because you had big moments in that round that obviously the crowd was reacting to and stuff.
Yeah, no, when the crowd start to react, I thought like that keep pushing me, you know, because of course, like I was beat up, I was in a bad place for 4 rounds, so I have to try to turn the fight for my side, and when I start to go over there and try to my best to fight him, and the crowd was like cheer for me and pushing me, this give me like extra energy, you know. So I always try to get like, and to see the things for the best possible way, and like I thought, nice, they are trying to support me, and that's giving me a little extra motivation. So was a really good moment, even though the fight was really hard for me on the next 4 rounds. But it was a nice round, because I showed to the people how tough I am, you know, how I have the heart, and I have the skills, and if I have the training and the training camp, I can beat anyone in this world.
Yeah, for sure.
Renato, I was very upset when, after that speech, though, in this last fight, when I heard that you still didn't get the bonus. Like, I'm not gonna lie,
yeah,
man.
What was that?
How does that happen? How does something like that? I mean, I'm hoping, and I'm not trying to stir anything up, because I'm hoping that they hooked you up in some sense after that, and not that that's my business.
The RDA
at all.
fight, you mean? The RDA fight?
Yeah.
The RDA, you mean?
No.
No.
In this last fight, they gave 3 bonuses to people that I felt like other people deserved it more, and there was finishes.
I don't
like
remember
the
what was the finish that got the bonus.
Okay. This is who got the bonus. Alex Pereira got a bonus. Michael Chandler and Dustin Poirier
and he
got
should get.
Yeah, for sure. Alex, Dustin and Michael got the fight of the night bonus, and then Zhang Wei Li,
right.
and then Zhang Wei Li got a bonus.
I didn't watch her fight. I didn't watch her fight, so I cannot say. But I think Alex Pereira he deserved, and Dustin and Chandler obviously they deserve the fight of the night.
And
I don't know about
but there's
the Chinese girl.
there's been like other UFC cards where they give out like bonuses to like 9 fighters. Like the Texas one, I think they gave out bonuses to like a bunch of fights, and I was like, because Sal and I were talking, I was like, how didn't you get a bonus? How didn't like Matt Frivola get a bonus? There was like
a bunch of guys.
Aaron Blanchfield, like with the Molly McCann. Like there was like all these crazy the other CKB, Carlos Alberg in the first round. Like there was crazy fights the whole time.
Yeah, but I knew on that card it would be hard to get the bonus because there was such a good card with such good names, and I thought and like a lot of finishes, a lot of knockout submissions. So I thought this is gonna be hard to get today the bonus because every time you fighting on arena with that many good fighters and that many good shows, and they show up and they have really good fights, it's hard to get the bonus. But I thought I did enough to get the bonus, but it's not up to me, it's up to UFC, so I'm gonna keep trying to get my bonus on next fight.
What I didn't like about it is giving it to these people who have they've already had so many opportunities. They've already made. I'm not saying they should stop making money, but I'm saying that they've already had these high moments in their career where title fights and probably bigger paydays that give the bonus to guys that I feel not only showed up but deserve it more.
Yeah, I don't think that you have to think about giving bonus like that. I think you have to give bonus for the performance of the night. You should not think about if the guy have money or if he's famous. No, you have to focus on the performance. If the guy had the best performance, he should get the money.
Well, you put the most smiles on the watchers at home and in the crowd that night, hands down.
Yeah, you could say that, you could argue that, but even though I didn't get the bonus, was really good for my brand and for my name and for my UFC career, and I think UFC is watching me and seeing me like in a different way now because I'm going to UFC Orlando. They asked me if I could go over there, and they want to do some promotions and some stuff like on the fight week, and I'm gonna go over there. So I feel with that speech,
good things are coming.
Good things are coming, and they can like market me a little bit more. They can sell more of this kind of stuff like Moicano wants money, and I have been trying to learn more English and to speak more English, so I feel like you say, good things are coming.
Well, are they going to change the appearance of your character yet on the video game?
What?
Are they going to change your character yet on the UFC video game? Because I heard you talking about that.
I hope so. It's bad. It's really bad. Man,
you said that you looked like you were high in it.
yeah, man. It is crazy, man. I don't know who did that, but it doesn't look like me, But let's see if they change, because I would like to have like a better character in the game,
I would sit and play my character video game in a fighting game all day. I don't know how you would ever get anything done if you had that.
Do you ever play as yourself?
Yeah, I used to play all the time, like, because the first time that I was in the video game was 2000 and I think 18 or 19, something like that. Maybe 18 or 19. I don't really remember. But the moment that I realized that I was in the game, I was so happy, and I started to play all the time, the whole day. But nowadays I don't play like video games. I'm playing more on the PC. I am more a PC guy today, because my son is all the time on the TV watching cartoons, so I cannot use my PlayStation anymore.
Is that really how you learn how to speak English, like playing Call of Duty?
Yes, not how I learn, but
But
my
like how you
English is
felt
getting
comfortable with it?
comfortable. Yeah, and I'm getting so much better. My English. I'm watching my interviews, and if you get my interviews of like 1 year ago, you would see that my English is getting so much better, and I think it's because of the games, because I just speak to people in English the whole time, and I try to hear what they say and try to say the same thing. So I don't know, my English is getting more natural because of that. So I feel it's a really good thing for me, like to play games and try to talk to people online.
Do you talk a lot of shit when
Yeah.
you're playing video games?
Yes, a lot of shit. Yeah, yeah, a lot of shit.
Do you say,
A
"Give
lot
me
of
the
shit.
money"? Like when you beat
Yeah.
somebody, like if you're playing like Call of Duty, you're like, "Give me the money."
Yeah, not really with the people on the game, but I have like a Discord where I have friends that play with me all the time. So
Oh, nice.
so every time I talk to them and I talk shit to them, I'm trying to learn new like bad words and cursing and all that stuff, because it's nice to play and and to I don't know, to interact with people.
I
I
mean,
really I have been enjoying to play games and try to speak in English.
I'm sure that's like actually really helpful though, because like the way people shit talk and like curse at each other, like that's actually the way that most Americans interact with like their
Yeah,
friends. So I'm sure that's actually
yeah,
it's like, 'cause I don't know, like I mean when you're speaking Portuguese to your friends, you're probably talking in a similar kind of just fun like
yes,
fashion that would
yes,
be what is considered how do friends interact, and it's usually
yes.
pretty stupid.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's like that. Yeah, because sometimes when you try to learn English and you try to speak like
Proper or whatever.
the teachers, yeah, proper or whatever,
Hmm.
you get too on a box, say
Right,
how are
right.
you, and so
Yeah,
people say what's up, what's going on, and all
yeah,
that stuff. And in Portuguese I talk like that. E aí, beleza? So it's
yeah.
what's up, what's going on, and and that way I feel like people can understand my personality more, and that's why I think people can relate it with that speech, because I was trying to be myself, and my English is getting better. So I feel from now my English is only gonna get better, and the way that I express myself, I just gonna be myself every day because I'm learning more English. So I feel is a win-win situation, So playing games, learning English, and getting better at speech. So
That's awesome.
When did you move to America?
2018. The first time that I been in America was 2017, and the beginning of 2018 I moved here, and I spent like 6 months, and I come back to Brazil, and since 2019 I have been living here, and now I have the green card and all that stuff. So we're gonna be here for a long time.
And I heard you on the MMA hour saying that like you kept saying that you're like my dad is crazy. You said my dad's a crazy motherfucker. Like I was like, and that made me smile. So like, cause my dad was my best friend. Like, and I can totally
Yeah,
relate to like my dad getting me into things and supporting me throughout whatever wild thing
yeah,
we were about. He was like my biggest fan. So like I
yeah,
could definitely hear that in your voice of how just supportive your dad is of what you do. Like, was he
yeah,
into
yeah.
getting you into Brazilian jiu-jitsu? Like, what did he do to get you like part of like your journey?
Not really on Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, because my dad always he was like a soccer. He always loved soccer
Hmm.
since he was a kid, but he did some boxing on his like when on his youth, and but actually I had like a couple uncles that they were fighters, not MMA fighters or ring fighters, but they were street fighters, and I saw a lot of time they fighting on the street, and I remember when I was kid, I was watching them and see, I want to be like that. I want to be a badass like him, And I think that's what got me on fight. But the good thing about my father, that he was really supportive in everything that I want to do. He always like, if I say Dad, I want to play soccer. He bought me all that stuff, and he put me on like soccer schools and all that kind of stuff. And it was the same with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you know. I said, Dad, I think I want to try learn Jiu-Jitsu, and he always supported me on everything that I did, and I feel that's amazing, you know. If you have somebody that support you when you are young, and that's what I want to try with my son, support him in whatever he choose, you know. And I feel that's the best way to raise a kid.
Did you get in a lot of street fights when you were younger?
Not a lot, but I had my I had some. You know, I had some of street fights. I don't recommend anybody to do that, but when I was like young, I was dumb, and I don't know. I had a couple fights on the school, on the street, but I feel like today it's hard, right? Today people are getting crazy and guns and all that kind of stuff. So I feel you should be more chill nowadays than before.
Guns, you could be videotaped while it's happening. There's
Yeah,
endless
yeah,
possibilities.
endless possibilities. Yeah, and I feel like this is better. You don't have to fight on the street to be a man or to have like recognition or any stuff like that. You should, like, if you want to fight, go to a gym and be a professional, you know, because it doesn't uh, worth the risk, you know, fight on the street or try to be a bully or try to be a badass. This is very bad. You should try to be a good person, you know. And if you want to fight, go to a gym, try to fight with people that know what they are doing. And if you are good enough, try to become a pro and try to make a living of that. If not, just chill, bro. Don't go trying to don't go over there trying to find like people to fight, you know.
Renato, that
When
is
you
such.
started training. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I was just gonna say that's such an obvious message, but you put it together so perfectly.
Thank you so much,
Just
man,
chill,
man.
bro.
Yeah,
You
just
do.
chill, bro.
Yeah,
Chill
he's like
out,
chill.
you know.
If you think you're good, come to the gym. See if you're a badass.
Yeah, brother. Yeah. Because sometimes I see people like they think they are good at fighting. I can beat anybody. But
For
if
sure.
they go to a gym, they're gonna get their
Yes.
ass beat, bro. For like a blue belt or even a white belt with some knowledge. So I feel like you should try to go to a gym and to get humble, you know.
Absolutely. I mean, I can only speak for a man. Like I know what it's like to be like angry and be like I got aggression. I need to hit something. Like whether that's a bag,
Yeah.
a wall, like something is going to get hit unless you're getting your aggression out in some positive way. And I think there's nothing more
Yeah.
positive than going to the gym in a, competitive sense with your
Yeah.
boys who are like pushing you to be better at
Yeah,
something
that's true.
and working towards something. Sorry, Sal,
Yeah,
what
you
were
have
you
to
going to
put
ask?
that.
What were you saying? Sorry.
I was gonna say, like, what do you think of these guys who, like Sean Strickland has done it, Kevin Holland's done it, where they bring in trolls to the gym? It's like, all right, let's see if
Yeah.
if you're gonna talk trash, let's actually test it out. Do you think
Yeah.
that's kind of like feeding into them, or do you think it's a good thing to do?
No, I think it's nice. I like to watch. Let me tell you something. I love Sam Strickland, bro. I love to watch his videos. And
Yeah, he's awesome.
yeah, his character is like he looks like a middle class American, you know, like I don't know. He's like the way he promotes himself. I feel a lot of people related to that, and I like the kind of shit that he talks.
Dude, he's
And
comedy gold. He is comedy gold.
yeah, I love Saint Strickland. I know people doesn't like him. People say, but he's true in a sense, you know. But he's making comedy too. So I feel like he's really funny. He's a really funny guy, and I love when they bring some trolls to the gym and they beat them up. I just love that.
Yeah.
Would you do
Yeah, I guess
that?
Kevin Holland's done it too. They fly him down, and they're like, all right, let's
Yeah, I
really
would.
test.
I don't think I would do that, you know, because
Mhm.
especially here in American Top Team, where in Florida, where I training, they are really strict with like bringing people to the gym and and it's not easy to go over there and have a training, especially like bring someone. I don't think, because there is a lot of fighters over here that the way they handle the gym is very professional, so I don't feel I can do that. But I don't know. It's just like if a troll comes over there and he try to bully somebody, or just you have to be ready, to get a reality check. And I feel this is nice. I like when people like Sean Strickland does that.
Sean also makes me laugh though so hard. Like when like Helen, like in the schmo, are interviewing him, and it's just this back and forth. Like he's just talking about like just God knows what, and you're just waiting for whatever next ridiculous thing to come out of his mouth is gonna be, like about masturbating, about whatever it is. Like it's just like this guy is.
I remember
out of
a video.
control.
I remember a video. He's saying like why today's generation is so pussy. Like people are pussy because of something on the water. And I know Joe Rogan knows what is that and I watch a podcast of Joe Rogan say that is the plastic in the water or something like that people are getting like. People don't have hormones, microplastics and stuff, and he say, man, all that stuff that he says is so funny and it's so true and it's so, I don't know, I like the guy, I like the guy.
And it is so true, and think about how many people probably think the same kind of thing, but we're like thinking, if I say this, I'm gonna get canceled. I'm not gonna get this. Like that is, because that's the world we live in now. Like that's how people used to talk. People used to just let it fly. And we as people connect with that. Like that's what we want to hear. We want to hear off the wall shit, especially from a fighter. Like it's like you guys are putting your lives on the line, like for us to watch. Like so, I don't want to think of fighters as just just like a boring guy who would be working a desk job who doesn't like say anything that he's not supposed to.
Yeah. I know what you mean, but you know what? The problem is like people are buying that stuff, like that agenda, because like you say, people are get canceled off that, But fighters, we don't have. I don't know. Most of the fighters they don't have sponsorship, so it doesn't matter what they say, Because back in the day, I know a lot of people used to have sponsors, but with this Reebok and now the Venom stuff, you didn't get any sponsors really. So doesn't matter what you say. Doesn't matter if people don't like. The only thing that matters is if the MMA community, your public, they like what you say. So it doesn't really matter what you say.
Well, you said the
Colby
perfect
said
word.
some wild stuff.
Yeah, of course.
He's still got a huge fan base.
Yeah, and he's a character, bro. He's a character. I know because I met him on the gym sometimes, and I talked to him a little bit, and he looks like a really nice guy. He's doing that only to get attention, and it worked for him. So, I don't know. Everybody's different.
No, but you said the perfect word. It's the agenda, and everybody's like brainwashed to think that this is how they're supposed to think. And who knows? Like even if it's because I mean you hear what people say in gyms. It's everybody's pretty normal, but then you get on a camera and it's just like, what do you think? There's no way. Like you're not being true to yourself. But I mean, I don't know. But this isn't anything new.
This is true. This is
nothing
true. This
new,
is not
though.
new.
It's just
no.
It's just getting worse. It's getting worse.
Yeah, it's getting worse. But you have to stay true. You have to stay true to yourself, and that's what I'm trying to do. And that's why I changed, because I watched some videos. I think it was Jordan Peterson talking about how you should handle yourself and how you should do in life. And the truth is you should be true to yourself and to the people that you trust and that you care. And that's what I do every day. Like if my wife asks me something, I tell her the truth. If a friend asks me something, even though I sometimes I know they don't like what I have to say, I will say anyways. Because if you are not true, you're building a facade. You're building something that is not true, and someday this is gonna bite you back, because
it is.
You have to stay true to have a good life.
100% true. That is perfectly said, because if you aren't true to yourself, it's gonna become very obvious that you're living a lie. You're gonna start to not be your authentic self. It's gonna your friends, your family will start to even notice it in like your facial expressions. It's like, oh my gosh, this. It's so
and
much.
Maybe if they don't, maybe if they don't, imagine that if my wife asks, do you like my hair like that? And I say just yes, just to please her.
Right.
And she's gonna keep doing the same thing for years. And one day I'm gonna look at her and say, you know what? I hate this fucking hair. You know what? I hate this fucking, you know? and 10 years from now, this is gonna explode, and not gonna be good, and it's not gonna be pretty. So that's why you have to tell right away what you're thinking, because if you don't telling, this is not gonna disappear. You're just gonna make worse, and at the end of the day, it's gonna affect you and your family. So that's why I try to be true to myself and to people that I care.
So many people just walk around bottling their emotions and are just stuck living a life that they don't want to be living. And if you just speak and you say what's true, and we can all do this, like you're saying, Jordan Peterson is like helping us like find what it is. There's so many people out there. People are filling their day and their mental capacity with garbage, and like that's a big problem. It's like, all right, we know how much hours we have in our day to like wind down, scroll through the internet, and it's like, are you gonna fill it with mindless shit, or are you gonna try to like grow a little bit, or just find some bit of gratitude, or some be true to you, because it'll be very obvious 10 years from now if you're not being that way.
Let me ask you something, because like I say on the beginning, I was very curious about your, I don't think, how you call, like, is disease?
It's a disease, blind disorder. I don't know.
A disorder, yeah. So how do you feel in the beginning when you start to lose your vision, your sight, right? How do you feel about that?
Dude, I was
you feel angry?
Oh, I was furious. I was confused,
sad?
Depressed, angry. I basically didn't go to school, like, because I was 11, and like, also it took like 2 years for me to like lose my sight. Like I was literally checking out of like a doctor's office, and my mom was like, like while she was paying, she was like, go check the eye chart, and I could read it perfectly out of my left eye, and couldn't see the eye chart out of my right eye, like at all. So like, and then it started like this 2-year journey of like trying to figure out what was even going on. And so in like that period of time, I would say that my parents were like really good at distracting me, and but like, because I was like only 11 and it was all like so new, and also there was so much attention on me that it was like hard to like feel like the emotions of it at first, because it was just like all of the attention was on me. So like that aspect as a kid felt pretty cool. But like, man, like honestly, it was very scary. For a while they like misdiagnosed me. Like they said like I had like a brain tumor at like in the beginning. So like there was like a lot of scary things that were being said that I just didn't even understand. And it was like it was such a physical change. And then like the depression aspect of it started kicking in, of like, well, what am I going to do? Like, oh, my life is going to be, I'm not going to be able to get my driver's license. I'm not going to be able to go pick girls up on dates, like all like the basic shit. But like, you kind of like start to just realize that the things that change is literally everything. Like everything in your life just becomes brand new. Like the other day I told somebody, I was like, I don't remember anything in detail before I lost my eyesight, which is like really weird. But like when I think about it, it's almost it's almost like I've lived 2 lives. Like when I think, like if I were to say to you, like, do you have memories before you were 11, you'd probably be able to tell me some things. Like when I think about my memories before I was 11, I can remember them, but they like come into my mind's eye for like a split second, and then they like vanish. Cause like it seems literally because literally, like, I could stand in front of a mirror and like I'm not like completely like blacked out blind. Like I see light and dark. I can see some colors, and like some like shadows and movements, but like I see zero detail. Like you know a kaleidoscope, like when like with all the like the prisms and the lights spinning around.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what my vision looks like. So my vision is like always this like, my vision's like this always like trippy, like almost like art picture. So like it's like always, I don't know, it's super unique to me. And but yeah, man, I've had like, when I think about my life, I've had like 3 different stages of depression, and like I feel like it's all this domino effect from losing my sight and not working on the things about it that are necessary to be able to like, because you can go through something, but unless you like really put the work into like healing the process, like you're not really doing anything. You're just kind of putting a Band-Aid on it. And so like I did that for like a little bit. I put a band together. My first singer actually committed suicide, and like that was like my second like big blow, because like I was like, oh my god, life still sucks. Because I was like, once you go blind, you're like, can anything else bad happen? That's really what you think. And then
no, I'm asking you, you know why? Because really, I'm not trying to be like dramatic or something. But one thing that's worrying me a lot is my vision. You know,
really?
I like, because as a fighter, you know, I can get blind by a fight, because one eye, like my eye, they always were perfect, but because of one fight, they got like little bit bad. It's not bad, of course, as you or something, but my eyes, one eye is not 100%, and I feel, man, if I lost my sight, it's gonna be like I will be very, very angry and sad and all that kind of stuff. So this is worrying me. That's why I'm asking you, because you have to be really strong, right, to overcome that. Yeah, it's not easy. It's not an easy thing to do.
No, and man, I appreciate you saying that, because I think anger is actually a really good word to describe it, because like I was never an angry kid. Like I was never like, I was a really fun, loving kid like when I was growing up. And anger didn't come into my life really until losing my sight. And then, like I was saying, my dad was my best friend. And I kind of like, I always felt like he was there constantly to distract me from the anger. And then when I was 25, my dad actually passed away. And when he passed away, that's when it was like, oh, I'm alone to now feel my anger. And like, that's when I really like started drinking a lot more, started like just randomly feeling like panic attacks, and then like out of nowhere, like I'm like, oh, now I just broke my hand by punching a wall, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like that is something like I never felt that kind of like feeling of like erratic anger behavior before. And it literally it was like a volcano explosion in me too, like something. And I was like, okay, you gotta really figure this out. But like at the same time, it's also like very understandable. Like I'm not ashamed of it at all. But yeah, man, like honestly, it really took me being completely alone. Like I actually I actually got divorced about 4 years ago, and that was like the final straw of like my like domino effect of like this leads to this leads, and it was all like sad thing after sad thing of like me just not fixing the real problem, which was like, look, you know, taking care of my own shit. It was like I was always just like relying on other people to like help me, when like at the end of the day you're the only person that can actually help yourself. And I just started then.
Man, that's such a nice such a nice phrase that you say, because a lot of people, they don't realize that, and even they have the sight and the vision, they don't think about that. But this is the truth. You have to take care about yourself. Doesn't matter, you know.
And I really didn't, man, forever. Like I'm talking like, you know, 15 years of just like relying on, you know, drinking, getting high, whatever it was that was going to help me escape. And like at the end of the day, it's like, then it was, okay, cool, now I'm actually alone. And it's like, are you going to sink or are you going to swim? And I stopped drinking at that point for like, I was like, okay, take a break. Like just figure out your own shit. Like started like just really, you know, eating healthy, working out, like, and just waking up, doing like guided meditations in the morning, started like making like positive, like, gratitude lists every day, like just doing like doing like the silly things that you're like, does this stuff even work? But like after doing it for a while, you're like, oh, I'm actually feeling, because you're not fueling yourself with negativity. You're actually fueling positive stuff in your day every single day. And dude, then I started just saying to myself every day, like my mantra became, I'm all that I need. And I just kept repeating that at that time. And I was like, and it was the first time on my own that I started to be like, okay, cool. Cause man, I love laughing. I love, like I said, I have a ton of passions in my life. It's just, there's this other thing that just makes, life pretty hard for me. So it's like, at that point I was just like, you know what? I'm actually good. Like there's tons of stuff that I'm really talented at. I'm really a happy person. I put a lot of love out in there to my friends, my family, the people who matter. Am I exactly where I want to be in life? Am I as successful? Do I have as much money as I want? Like, I'm like, no, there's things that aren't figured out yet, but like I'm on the path, and that's what matters to me is like just staying true to who you are.
That's nice, brother. That's nice to hear.
But I appreciate you like acknowledging that it is something that would definitely be a hard thing to overcome.
No, for me, I think this will be the hardest thing in life, bro. So that's
Really?
why I'm asking you questions. Yeah, because I feel like, well, I think most of the people, they are so they are so attached to their vision, to this, because the first thing you see, and after that you're gonna feel and gonna touch. And I feel like people that don't see, they have to, like you say, have to feeling, to touch and to connect. And I feel like some people, when they lose the sight or the vision, they're gonna be completely like
Devastated.
yeah, not only devastated, but they're gonna be, what I do from now. But like you say, life is much more than that. Life is uh, it's how you handle yourself. It's like a loss. Sometimes when you lost, like when I lost, sometimes feel like I almost it's almost like death for me. I wish I
Right.
was dead, because
Yeah.
I put so much work on that.
Right.
But man, it doesn't matter. You have to pick yourself up. You have to keep being positive, like you say.
Yeah, but like, okay, I'm 32 right now, and if I lost my sight from when I was 11, I'm saying from like 11 years old to probably like 27 or 28, I was fucking angry, depressed, like everything sucked. I want like a lot. I would be happy for a month and then depressed for like 2 or 3, and like it was just this ongoing cycle of like, a bad day, 2 bad days, a good day, just forward momentum, 2 steps backwards. It's like how I've always felt. And it's like I just finally woke up and it was just like, you know what? Do you really want to live this way forever? And I'm not saying that like life isn't like peachy now, but I refuse to like my mom the other day, she was like, are you having like, cause it was like I don't know, we weren't doing that much. David, my engineer, who we do music together, he was sick. And she's like, are you having are you having a down week? Like meaning like mentally down. And I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to like fuel that conversation. Cause like the second I say I'm having a down week, then it's like, oh, I'm having a bad few days. It's like, it's just boring. Like, I'm not going to be like, I'm not even going to acknowledge the down, like negative notion of that. I'm just gonna be like, you know what? It's just boring this week. Next week will be less boring.
Yeah, I know what you mean, and that's a nice way to see things.
Yeah, man, you gotta try. I mean, we're all fighting something in this world, and for me, it's like that's not a negative word, because like you guys are fighting when you get in the ring, and it's like there's gonna be a winner or a loser, and that's all kind of how I view it. It's like I'm fighting, and I really hope that I'm winning each day.
Yeah. I know what you mean. That's very nice. That's very nice to hear, and I feel the same.
Are you somebody that sits down? Like, are you watching the fights this weekend, or do you pretty much just stay away from the fights?
Well, he said he's going, I think.
No, I'm going to UFC Orlando. Yeah, I'm gonna be there. Probably with my wife and my son. I don't know if they're gonna go on the arena, because my son like he is almost 3, and it's impossible to get him sit to watch something.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we're gonna able to go over there and watch, or if I'm gonna go to myself and they're gonna be on the hotel. So let's see. We're trying to figure it out, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna have like awesome fights on UFC Orlando. The card is full of good fights, and I hope
yeah.
I can go over there and watch some good scrap.
Renato, I don't know what your plans are for when you're going to be there, but it'd be an honor to meet you and have a beer or just, just hang out and get to say hi to you or something.
Yeah, nice. Where do you live, brother?
I'm in Orlando. I'm going to be there.
Ah, you in Orlando? Nice, bro. That would be nice. Yeah.
I'm going to be at the UFC also that weekend. Yeah.
Nice. That's gonna be great. You can meet, of course, brother.
Yeah, it'd be cool. We should definitely say hi. I'm gonna see Sal there. This will be my first ever live UFC event.
Nice. Wow, we're gonna feel awesome, bro. It's very different than watching TV. I feel like it's completely different. I love to go to UFC. Not UFC. Every
Just
MMA
fights.
show. Fights. I like to go to fights and to watch. It's different. When you see like somebody fighting on TV, and when you go over there and you hear like the sound of the punches and the kicks and it's crazy, man. I love fight. Yeah, I love fight, bro.
I've been to a few amateur cards, and even those are insane. Like, these
amateur, sometimes amateur is the best. Sometimes amateur
awesome.
fights is like entertainment for sure, bro.
Yeah,
I love amateur fights.
And you're rooting your guys from the gym, so it's like it's a mix of emotions. It's awesome.
Yeah, it really is, bro. It really is.
Renato, if I could get somebody to get in the ring and fight me, I would do it tomorrow. Like
Really?
I'm ready. Yeah, for sure. Like I want to so bad. I would. Yeah. My head's taking a decent amount of. My head's taking a decent amount of damage just based off of walking into things all the time. But like.
Really?
Yeah, honestly, I'm really not joking. Like, I'll walk into my open microwave at least 3 times a week and just be like, "Ow, that almost knocked me out." Like it's, and this has been ongoing for 20 years. So
yeah,
I've got a good chin.
Yeah,
dude, they can book you against Hasbulla.
Yeah,
he just signed.
Yeah, and what you guys think about the Hasbulla? They're gonna put him to fight against somebody?
That's what he's saying. I don't know if they're actually. I don't know if they could even clear that.
It's all gimmick, isn't it?
Yeah. I would love that though. If they could get that done, I would definitely watch.
Yeah, because they have another guy like Hasbulla, right?
Abdul Rozik.
Yeah. Do you think they're gonna fight him on real UFC cage?
I don't know if they could get it cleared. Is the thing.
Yeah, the commission and stuff. Yeah. I don't know.
But if they could, that would make a lot of money for sure.
I would buy to watch that for sure.
Yeah, me too.
Do you think he could take Cejudo?
He just hit him the other day.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard for him. Cejudo is really good, but who knows? MMA is crazy.
Yeah,
it only takes one. Yeah, it only takes 1 second to change a fight, so we never know.
Man, are there like people? I mean, obviously, there's people who you root for just based off of people in your gym, but like Alex Pereira versus Izzy, was that something that you were going crazy for, or like Leon Edwards against Kamaru?
Not crazy.
What about Leon versus Kamaru? Because like, okay, none of these upsets like in the 5th round this year. Because there's been like a few. Man, the Glover one versus Yuri. Like, there's been a few title fights this year.
Man, you know what's crazy? I didn't watch this fight, bro. I didn't watch the Kamaru and Glover. I didn't watch because, you know what? I was telling my wife I'm not gonna pay to the pay-per-view to watch UFC. I just watch. On the ESPN Plus. And sometimes when the pay-per-view is too good, I go to Duffy's because they usually they stream like the good ones. So I didn't watch these fights. And to be honest with you, I'm not. When I going to fight, of course I wanted Pereira to win because he's Brazilian, but I was not crazy about I need to watch the fight. I need to watch the fight. I don't remember the fight that I was really pumped to watch. The last fight that I was really hyped on, I think was. Let me remember. I think that the last fight that was pumped to watch was Paddy Pimblett and a guy that was my friend, Luigi. a guy
That
from
was
Brazil.
a sweet fight, though.
That was his first one, right?
Yeah.
I think
Or
it was
the
the
second?
first or
That
the
was the first
second
one.
and
Where he
I
got
think
the
it was the
knockout?
second.
Yeah.
They got
Okay,
knockout.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
the second one, and I was really hyped to see how good Pimblet is, because I used to train with Luigi Vendramini. He was a training partner in Brazil, and he's good. So I thought, let's see if this kid is real, because Vendramini is a tough fighter. And in the beginning, it was a tough fight for Pimblet, but after the second round, he stay his composure and he knocked him out. So I was hyped to watch that specific fight.
If he beats Jared Gordon, you could fight Paddy.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You
yeah.
really-
That's
you
like
eventually.
co-main event too. Like,
Yeah.
that's
No,
a big
like
yeah.
that's something that would be
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah, that would be huge, especially yeah. And
In
it's a
London?
fight in London. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
That's true.
man.
I just saw somewhere you say you're looking at coming back in March, right?
yeah. I'm not sure.
Fits timeline.
Yeah, it fits timeline. Let's see, because Jared is a good fighter. He's
yeah,
a good fighter, and
Thank
he
you,
can bring
thank
a
you.
lot of yeah. and and he could bring a lot of trouble to Pimblet, because his Pimblet last fight, this guy is not good. The last opponent, the
Jordan Levitt.
Jordan Levitt. I don't think he's good. He's really undimensional. It was a and it was a close fight. He was not like beating
It wasn't
up.
too clean or anything.
Yeah, too clean or anything. Yeah. So let's see. Jerry Gordon, he fought good guys, and he has like a good grappling background, and he's a solid striker. He's tough. Let's see what happens. Let's see. But if he can pass Jerry Gordon, we can see if this fight gonna happen.
Do you still want Dan Hooker?
Yeah, but I don't know if this fight if we're gonna get this fight, because he wants to fight in Australia, and my coach, some of them cannot leave the country, and I'm really close to my coaches, and I want them to be there, so I am able to be ready for the fight. But looks like UFC or Hooker wants to fight in Australia, so I'm not sure,
At this
I'm
point-
hoping for a quick Paddy win, and then for Paddy to call you out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
London.
let's see
That-
if he comes
That
out.
would
He
be
gonna
so exciting.
I gonna beat his ass, bro. If he call me out, he gonna be in trouble, bro. I'm
Dude,
telling you, bro.
I
I'm
believe
telling
that.
you. If he calls me out, he gonna be in trouble, my friend.
Yeah.
But that would be a fun fight. And honestly, okay, so the other day, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson went on the Kevin Holland podcast, and I could almost hear you going on Paddy's and like having a good conversation, because
Yeah, bro.
I feel like Paddy's a cool real dude. You're a cool dude. Like, I feel like you guys would really hit it off and have like a nice conversation a month or so before and sell this thing in a real.
How was the podcast with Kevin Holland and Wonderboy?
It was
it
awesome.
good?
Yeah,
No,
it was awesome.
no,
Yeah, yeah.
Sal's lying. It wasn't awesome. It was
Dude,
no?
okay.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I loved it.
How I gonna watch? I didn't watch.
I wanted
I
them
just
to
like
talk
how
about
they
the
didn't
fi-
even really.
They didn't talk about the fight. I wanted them to talk about that they're
Well,
getting
yeah.
in a cage to beat each other up.
Yeah, but
He's
this
Wonder Boy, man. He's too
yeah,
nice.
He's too nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland's a nice guy too, and he's
Yeah.
like I don't know, he's funny too. Kevin
No, it was-
Holland's a funny guy.
It was super cool. I think that they're gonna be okay. Here's what I'm saying, because I heard Wonderboy say that Jack Black is gonna be in Orlando.
No way.
Who is
Dude,
Jack Black? Jack Black, the actor,
The,
right?
the actor,
Yeah, yeah.
yes. And Jack Black is who actually, his band Tenacious D is who sings the song Wonderboy, who Wonderboy
Oh,
the song that Wonderboy walks
Ah.
out to. Dude, I think that Jack Black's gonna sing it as he walks out.
That would be nice, right?
I'm calling it right
be
now.
pretty
How
fire.
cool would that be?
Yeah.
I heard him on an
that
interview
would be
say
cool.
that something big is gonna happen, and I think that
Yeah.
would be huge.
This is like basically a pay-per-view card already, so I might as
Yeah.
well throw that
Yeah.
stuff on there.
Who do you have for that fight?
Man, I think Kevin Holland Kevin Holland is like
he's
younger.
Big. Yeah.
He's big and he's like a good striker. Of course, on the paper, Wonderboy is the best kickboxer, you know. But I feel like Kevin Holland, he's a brawler, you know. He's a good boxer, and he is getting better at MMA in all aspects. So I feel Kevin Holland should win this fight.
You're not like a small guy for lightweight. Is like welterweight something you would consider?
Not right now. I don't know. I don't know about the future. I'm keep getting my weight getting high every time. You know, I used to fight 45. Now I'm 55, and my weight's still going up. But I feel like my division is 55, 70. I'm not sure. I don't know. But if they offer me a right fight with the right money, I would step up and fight at welterweight. Doesn't matter too. But to build up a career, sure. Yeah. But to build up the career, I think the 55 is the best.
Yeah, for sure.
Are the weight cuts horrendous? Are they the worst part about it for you?
Not anymore. You know, it used to be really hard. One time I fought in 135, so was really crazy. It was really. I was, man, it was one of the hardest things that I did in my life because I'm 5'11". I'm 5'11", and I fought in 135. Was really, really, really difficult and really hard. And of course, I was lighter and I was younger, but even though like drained me a lot, and it was hard for me even to recover of the weight cut. So nowadays it's easy. It's not a problem at all, you know.
It's a science.
Yeah, it is. Hey guys.
Yes.
Hey guys, I have to go. In a couple minutes, okay?
Thank you for doing this, man. This has been a lot of fun for me, so I really appreciate it.
Yeah, for me too. I have to go. I will have dinner with my wife tonight, so I have to get ready.
Nice. Dude, well, thank you. You gave us a lot of time.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me here. And if you need me, just let me know, okay?
Yeah, for sure. Maybe we'll have you on one day after a fight or something.
Nice. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go.
Awesome.
Have a great dinner with your wife, man. Yeah. Thank you, Renato.
You too. Thank you so much. See you guys.
Thank you.
Dude.
Oh!
How sick was that?
He's got to go eat dinner.
Ah. That was awesome. What a guy, that Renato, huh?
I'm sweating.
You're cutting the 35 right now. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, wait. David! David!
What's going on?
I'm gonna ask David how he thought.
Oh yeah.
David, give us some feedback, man.
I wonder if
At what? Dude, David just said it was really good. We had him on for like over an hour.
Yeah, dude. I'm looking at the time right now. We're at 1 hour and 7 minutes. We just had a great interview with Renato Moicano. You know what? Not even an interview. We don't do interviews here at a fight.
No, we don't do interviews.
We do conversations. We meet people.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, interviews are one-sided.
Yeah. That's for Ariel, that guy over there.
Yeah, man. Who's gonna ask Ariel a question?
Yeah, dude. The nose.
Yeah. What are you gonna watch the Canada football game?
What are you gonna root for, the Buffalo Bills?
Yeah. What are you gonna take your kids to school?
Oh. Just roasting normal things.
Yeah.
What are you gonna be, a supportive father?
What are you gonna learn about regional fighters in Uzbekistan?
Oh.
Dude, that was amazing.
Yeah. What a nice guy. I mean, we might have just, started some beef.
I almost... with who? Did we start beef? Dude, we started beef.
If that fight happens...
Oh! Sorry,
100%,
Sam Kinison showed
up. Dude, you're nailing it. That's like an incredible impression. But we could take credit for it, dude. The idea originated on a fighting chance.
Oh!
Now we gotta set up a dual interview. We gotta get Paddy on the pod and get Renato and make them do a face to face virtually.
Dude, we gotta send him flowers. We gotta find out what flowers he likes and send him flowers.
Why? Who? Paddy?
Why not? Is it?
Oh yeah. True.
Maybe like a bottle of beer.
We might get to
like
see him
champagne.
at the UFC Orlando.
Dude, yeah, I was really. Yeah, I wasn't trying to be like a fanboy. Like, let me meet you. At that point, I felt like he was my boy.
Yeah, dude,
No, I felt like we were. I felt like we were boys at that point. I felt like, dude, at that point, I felt like he would want to meet me, and I want to meet him as well. So that's like a mutual gathering of people who want to hang out.
Dude, I want to meet Black Jack, or Jack Black, not Black Jack. I keep switching these names up.
Dude, you've got the gambling bug, man. You're just now talking about blackjack. Like,
I do one tournament.
The kid's out of control.
I can't get it off my mind. Speaking of gambling, I think you said you're making your return for this
Dude, I'm
card?
going to have to for this weekend. I'm going to have to.
It's too big. But think about it. Where you think it would make it more exciting for you?
Way.
Oh, okay.
I hope it affects me in a negative way.
You're just like depressed at the event.
Yeah, dude, I love facing adversity head on.
Unnecessarily.
Yeah.
Completely unnecessarily.
Dude, you got to create struggle for you.
Yeah, I mean,
so
gotta give yourself a fighting chance.
So I'm gonna put $100 on Tracy Cortez.
Tracy Cortez. Ooh, yeah, that's a good fight.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the fights?
Not really, man. I don't really think we need to after what we just did.
You think we'll just move on?
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, this is a good card,
I'm sailing away.
Dude, you gotta go eat dinner with your wife too? Is this what everybody's leaving me?
No, I don't. I ate before.
You had some burritos.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's burritos.
Dude, I went
usually burritos.
Do you know these bands that I went to see on Saturday night?
No. Who?
Okay. Do you know Atreyu?
I don't think so.
Do you know Black Veil Brides?
Yes.
Do you know Motionless in White?
No. These are cool names, though.
Do you know Ice Nine Kills?
No. I know one of them.
It was called the Trinity of Horror.
Oh,
tour.
Nice.
And like Motionless in White and Ice Nine Kills, like the what is it? A Trinity of Terror? What did I say? Horror? Whatever.
For the fans that don't know, there's just someone named David who's Jared's producer. He's not just insane and talking to himself, by the way. If you don't know, he's not just randomly.
Sal's lying. I'm actually insane. Yeah. No, I have a computer in my brain.
Ah, okay. That robot voice on Twitch is just you. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a robot voice.
But dude, yeah. So no, Ice Nine Kills. Some of their songs are written actually, like 2 horror films, and like they're just crazy. Dude,
that's sick. That's a cool concept.
It was wild. It was in a field. It was a big festival. It was so heavy. Like, it was truly mind-blowing how heavy some of this shit was.
I gotta check it out.
Yeah, you should.
I like heavy.
You should.
Dude, what is it? You keep ending up in these fields. You're in a mushroom field. I mean, just every weekend. Like,
I'm a hippie, dude.
Field. Oh, straight hippie it up.
I'm a hippie. I haven't taken a shower in weeks.
You're waiting for the fights.
Shaved. Dude, I actually shaved today because of Renato Moicano.
Dude, you should have done the No Shave November mustache, bro. That should have been.
Dude, nobody likes a mustache.
I mean, unless you're what's his name? Forgetting right now. He's got a sick voice. I was just talking about him the other day too. It's not Tom Selleck.
Alex Jones.
They're making the frogs gay. That's that guy. What's his name?
David says I do a really good Alex Jones, but I'm not even gonna compete with yours. Yours was so good.
No. After hearing the Sam Kinison,
I'll save it for my. What?
No. I mean, if you nailed it for my fantasy,
I'll save it for my fantasy fight.
Oh, okay. So it's coming out some point. I like it.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's true. You just never do it. That's it. Do you actually not want to talk about the fights? I kind of want to talk about these fights.
I mean, we could talk about the globalists instead.
Oh, dude, that's sick. That's great. That's great. He was right. Dude, be careful. They might sue you for $2 million.
Yeah, we may have just gotten canceled.
Yeah, be careful. I know that we were just talking about, like, say what you want, but, I mean, be careful around the Alex Jones stuff.
Dude, the thing is, when I'm hearing his voice in my head before I'm about to go for it, I refrain from the things that I want to say with his voice because it's like, you shouldn't say that one. You probably should stay away from...
Making the frogs gay is like the safest one I could have gone with.
At this point, yeah. I mean, if I even say like, I guess I could say, oh, it's like, you know, I'm not even.
Just don't even try, bro. Let's go to another segment, bro. Let's just move on from this bit, bro.
Let's just talk about.
Let's talk about Let's talk about these fights.
Dude, so yeah, we're gonna get to see these fights together, bro, or at least be in the same arena.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna be like. Do you want to just go through them quickly?
Yeah. We could just talk about like the standout fights. We don't have to do the whole card. It's a pretty long card, even though every fight is pretty standout.
No, okay. Well, okay. Go through them. Go through them quickly, and we'll just go boom, 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 boom.
Tracy Cortez, Amanda Ribas.
That's not the first fight of the night.
Oh, you mean all of them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yasmin Jauregui and Estela Nunez. I got Yasmin.
All
Marcelo
right,
Rojo, Francis Marshall. I got Marcelo.
I got Marcelo Rojo.
Natan Levy.
Who do you have?
Genaro Valdez.
Wait, who did you say in the last one?
Marcelo.
Oh, nice.
I'm going Argentina. They win in the World Cup. They're winning on Saturday.
He's a dog.
Yeah. I mean, when you got neck tattoos, you got to be a dog. Dude, we don't even need a soundboard anymore. You just do everything. Natan Levy, Genaro Valdez. I'm going Natan. I'm going French.
Dude, he's... I don't know about that one. But
has he disappointed you as of late?
He's just not very good unless he grapples.
He's disappointed quite a few people.
Yeah.
But,
I'm going Natan Levy as well.
Oh, okay.
Next.
Tracy Cortez, Amanda Ribas. I feel like this is a no-brainer. What? Oh. I'm going Tracy, dude.
You're going Cortez?
I'm going Cortez. I like how she throws down. I like how Amanda Ribas throws down, too. I think that's a banger fight.
Okay. So it's just a no-brainer that it's a banger.
Yeah. I don't know why I said no-brainer. I kind of went on autopilot there.
It's okay.
Yeah. Darren Elkins. We're going to get to see Darren Elkins live.
This is a no-brainer.
Jonathan Pierce.
This is a no-brainer.
Who?
Jonathan Pierce. No-brainer.
Dude, you cannot count out
Darren
Elkins. You cannot count out.
Dude, have you seen Pierce in the last like 4 fights?
He's sick.
Cardio for days.
But this is what Darren Elkins does to people. He takes your cardio and spits it right back at you.
Darren Elkins did to people.
Nah, dude. He just won. He just did it to someone else.
No.
He hasn't like fallen off. He loses against the top guys. But Tristan Connolly did the same thing, dude. He just drags him into deep waters.
That's not a top guy.
I know. I said he can't do it to top guys. But you consider Jonathan Pierce a top guy?
I do. Top guy.
Let's see. Who's he beat?
He's got a pace.
Amir Khani, that's a great win. Okay.
He's got a pace.
Yeah. But I don't know, dude. That's fighting pace with pace, though. And I think Darren Elkins is dirtier. That dude just his nickname is The Damage. That's a gritty guy.
All right, so pick him and let's move on.
All right, bro. I get it. Chill. Michael Johnson, Mark Diakisi. I really hope this is not another wrestling clinic for Mark Diakisi for some reason.
But you know it's going to be.
I have a very bad feeling that it is going to be. Yeah. But, dude, Michael Johnson, when he's on, can beat, the elite. Yeah, so I'm going to go Michael Johnson. He doesn't
do something crazy. I like it. I like your pick, but
I'm gonna use the luck of me being there, and I'm gonna say Michael Johnson.
That'd be cool. That's what I'm doing for Ty, so I understand.
You're already going to that one. Clay Guida, Scott Holtzman.
Dude, this is a bad fight for Clay Guida.
At this point, I feel
hope
like
he wins, though.
any fight is a bad
Every
fight.
fight is a bad.
He's so old.
Dude, he's
at this
coming
point.
on the pod. He's coming
Dude.
on the pod.
We could probably get him on the pod. Let's try that.
Let's just start acting like we could get anyone.
Dude, I mean, when you get Renato Money Moicano, I mean, the sky's the limit, right?
Yeah, bada bing, bada bang. We got Jan Blachowicz next week.
This is one of those. I agree with you that is a bad matchup, but I just can't find it in my heart to not pick Clay Guida. He's just, he's one of the OGs. He's like the last of the OGs. Think about it. Cubs gone. Like all those guys from that WEC kind of like early bantamweight era are gone. So, well, Cubs not gone, but you know what I mean. Angela Hill, Emily Dukoch.
Ducote. Man. This is rough. This is so rough. I have to pick Emily. I don't have to. I mean, I want to pick Angela. You really don't have to. Angela's good, man. I know. Now, you know what? I like how she looked against Loopy. Yeah. Because Loopy was really good. Coming up. I thought Loopy was going to be. She could be champ. Yeah. And she looked great in that fight. I'm going to go Angela Hill. Yeah. I'm going to go Emily. Dude, you suck, bro. I knew it. I was like, there's no way. There's no way he's agreeing with me on this one. There was something coming. We're going to get to witness madness in Nico Price and Phil Rowe. Nico Price is always a madman. Any fight. I'm going Phil Rowe. No, I'm going Nico, bro. Oh, that's such a crazy fight. Just like if you look at their physique-wise, like they're fighting at welterweight, and Nico Price is 6 foot with a 76-inch reach. Phil Rowe is 6'3" with an 80-foot-inch reach. These are like heavyweights weighing 170. What a stud! I'm very excited for that one. Eric Anders, Kyle Dawkins. Going to Eric Anders. Oh. Wow. Is that just to pick against me, or you truly believe he's we said it at the same time. I didn't know what you were going to say. Dude, maybe there's a delay in the stream. I don't know. No, there's not. Yeah, I got Eric Anders. Jack Hermanson. It's like you just switch it. Jack Hermanson, Roman Dolidze. This is a short notice fight because it was supposed to be Derek Brunson and Jack Hermanson. But I actually like this matchup more. I feel like this is more exciting than the Derek Brunson fight. You really think so? Yeah, because I think Derek Brunson was just going to do what he wanted to do to Jack. And I feel like that means taking him down and grinding. But Blonde Brunson, man. I know. I thought he was going to win. He's just not, super exciting. Yeah. But I think Jack's going to win. In this matchup? Yes. I got Roman. Do you really? Yeah, dude. Seeing what he did to Phil Haas, who is I think Phil Haas is probably one of the biggest what-ifs in MMA. Okay, when that dude is on. What about what Chris Curtis did to Phil Haas, and what about what Jack Hermanson did to Chris Curtis? MMA math right there. Oh, you got me. Nah, I got Roman. But I like Jack Hermanson. You know what's funny? Last time I saw, or first time and only time that I went to a fight, it was Jack Hermanson headlining. And now he's fighting on the card I'm going to see again. Dude, you're just a fangirl for Jack Hermanson. I'm a fangirl for Jack Hermanson. Bro, I got to see Jack at it versus Jack Hermanson. One of the most boring fights of all time, dude. It was so... Was it horrible? It was so bad. But we got to see Jack at it, so that was cool. He's a legend. This is what I think... Kevin Holland. Yeah. This is what I think should have been the main event. I don't know why it's not. Tai Tuivasa, Sergey Pavlovich. You really think that should be the main event? Yeah, dude. Number 4, number 5 in the heavyweight division. I mean, if you win the heavyweight title, you're the baddest man on earth. Barely. I feel like I have... You could take him. That left hook. But yeah. Barely. This is a people's main event. Dude, I swear to you. I take that back. I swear to you, if Ty wins, you're doing a shoe. I will 1,000% chug a beer out of my own shoe. That's disgusting. I will 1,000% do it. That's so gross. I almost want him to lose
just so you don't do that. That's nasty.
I will.
Are you gonna
I will do it.
Are you gonna at least buy new shoes before you go or something like that? Go to Payless and grab like a cheap pair.
No. I'll even bring my gym shoes just to make it.
Dude,
no.
Possible.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'll bring my gym shoes and walk in dog shit before I go.
Yeah, dude. Walk Tito right before you go.
I'll shit in my own shoe.
Ah.
Bring my gym.
Just gets worse.
Yeah.
So
I
you
will
got
throw
Ty,
up
or you
in
want
my
him to
shoe. Yeah, dude, I got Ty.
All right.
I don't think he's gonna win, but I got Ty.
I know. I was gonna say that. Like, Sergey is a horrible matchup.
I think so too. I think he's really good. I think he's powerful, and I think he throws straight punches, and I don't think Ty does.
And his reach is like crazy long.
Yeah.
I think. Let's see.
Same for this. Yeah.
He has an 84-inch reach, which I think is like third in the UFC or second behind John. But I mean, yeah, I'm going Sergey. But my heart's with Ty.
Ty's got them elbows.
Oh yeah, and I mean he hung barely, but he hung with Cyril Gane. Like he's
not really. I mean, if you look at the stats, no, he didn't.
No, but I hung in like the sense that he was. I mean, he had him down, like he almost knocked him out.
Okay, but Cyril Gane doesn't knock out anyone.
He knocked out Ty.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm worried.
Whoa, what do you
If
mean
he
he doesn't
knocked out
knock out anyone? He knocked out Junior Dos Santos. He knocked out Derek Lewis. He knocked out Ty Tuivasa. He has a bunch of knockouts.
You didn't knock out Derek Lewis.
He hit him in the stomach, and Derek Lewis had to take a shit. But it's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. Derek Lewis just always has to take a shit. That's like, that's his thing.
All right, Derek Lewis can take a shit in my shoe before Ty wins, and then I'll do a shit.
Book it.
That's my fantasy fight.
Mateus Nicolau match Schnell. That's a good fight.
Schnell is my pick just based off of him winning the last fight.
Yeah, dude, that fight was insane. That might be one of the craziest fights I've ever seen.
Craziest fights ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was.
So I'm picking Schnell.
Yeah,
Let's see if he can do it again.
Matt Schnell. I think
he might not win, but let's see if he can do it again.
He might get completely knocked out, but we'll see.
It might actually hurt this time.
All right, this is a great co-main event. Brian Barberena and Rafael Dos Anjos. I got Brian.
I've got RDA.
Based off of what?
What?
Like
based
why?
off of we just spoke to Renato Moicano.
Yeah.
Who fought RDA. So
on
I'm
4 days notice though.
But my point is, if I picked Barberino, that would be being disrespectful to our guest.
Oh, so you're selling out. You're not being true to your fight knowledge. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I think RDA is going to win this.
Yeah. I could definitely see him winning that. But I'm going Brian. Because he's got that dog in him.
You know what he's got?
A farm?
He's got farmer strength.
Yeah, dude. And a mohawk. That's a deadly combo.
All right, dude. You've swayed me. I'm going Barberino.
That's all it took. The mohawk.
Yeah.
All right, and then main event. Big Mouth Kevin Holland and Wonderboy Stephen Thompson, the NMF. Nicest MFer.
I'm going with Kevin Holland.
Oh, I agree with you. I like Wonderboy, but he's getting up there.
Dude, he's getting up there, and
he's
just hearing him talk about this fight. It sounds like a tricky one for him.
I mean, Kevin Holland is
Kevin's dangerous,
and he's big.
Yeah,
I don't think Kevin's
dangerous.
Like, I think Kevin's just physically is like the reach advantage and all that kind of nullifies Wonderboy's game. because he's all about range, and like I think it's just this guy is so big as well and knows how to strike just straight down the pipe. It's a bad matchup unless Wonderboy pulls it out. You know, who knows?
I hope for a draw. I like them both a lot.
Yeah, it is. It is a hard one to pick because it's, you know, two fan favorites.
I just hope for a great fight. I hope for a great fight.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be great.
I hope it's not boring. I hope nobody's too badly hurt because I like them both. I hope Wonderboy doesn't get like brutally knocked out.
Dude, what if Wonderboy comes out and is like doing single legs and high crotch takedowns and he's just straight grappling?
What if Kevin does that?
I don't know. Kevin doesn't seem like the one who would do that.
But Kevin had that long training camp for Hamzat.
26 hours or something. Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited for it, though. That's a great main event. To cap off a great card. And I'm excited to see you, my man.
I'm excited to see you. I'm very excited for what we just did.
Yes.
I'm going to probably go inside and, you know,
rewatch
flip my bed.
Yeah, I might be watching this one again because that was really awesome to get to.
You don't watch them all?
Dude, I edit them so I get my fair share of hearing them.
Dude, you're just so above everything.
Dude, I'm just too cool to watch them. That's what I am.
You didn't. I sat and watched the Mauricio one. I loved that.
Yeah, I watched some of that one. He was a great guest.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
And you know,
dude, I really.
Go ahead.
No. What?
No, I didn't have anything to say. Yours is better. Go ahead.
Yours is better. I was just going to say how awesome. I was literally just going to reiterate how awesome Mauricio was, and I mean, Mauricio will always go down as our first guest, and I think that is significant.
And
he should be immortalized on our wall.
The Hall of Fame, the Fighting Chance Hall of Fame. Let's make it.
Yeah.
They just announced his combat jiu-jitsu tournament for Mexico. It's happening.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's gonna do it. So,
dude, I hope Eddie Bravo and him get to talk about Flat Earth now.
Let's do it. I hope he wins.
That clip is going viral.
Yeah, dude. Mauricio gets the views. He's getting the views. So I want to make a little announcement here to all of our Fighting Chance fans. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm wearing our first piece of merch for a Fighting Chance podcast.
Let me see that. Let me see that.
Yeah. I got it up right now. So, coming later this month, it will be out, and you guys can go ahead and purchase that, support the pod, and rep the brand, rep a Fighting Chance. So, keep a lookout for that. It's coming later. For the holidays, get your significant other a beautiful piece of a Fighting Chance merch, or yourself, or your kids, or your dog. Whoever you want.
Dogs love our T-shirts.
Dogs love a Fighting Chance. So, go ahead and check that out, guys. And, that's what I got to say.
Book it!
Oh, I forgot fantasy. I went over that, huh? I'm so excited about our merch that I just completely forgot. Let's see.
All right. My fantasy matchup this week that I really believe should happen is Renato Moicano versus Paddy Pimblett. Book it!
Dude.
I really believe that this fight is necessary after Paddy beats Jared Flash Gordon.
Jordan Gordon.
Paddy can kick my ass because I'm Jared.
Yeah.
And then also beat Jared Gordon.
Dude, imagine that fight in London on that Leon card with Usman 3.
I think with Paddy's personality and with Moicano's personality, it would be fireworks. That's what I believe.
Dude. And like, if you look at the numbers and everything, it makes sense. Like, he's number 13. It's not super high ranked. It's a good guy to get him in the rankings. It's perfect. It's a perfect matchup. And
Paddy, I want this to happen.
Yeah. This goes out to you,
I know you're with me on this one, and I gotta go with my gotta go with my dude Renato to get this one done. Money. It's crime.
I got the top out. Let's see.
Good luck.
My fantasy fight of the week is Kevin Holland versus a bank robber. I don't know. It's a weak one. It's a weak one for this week. Yeah.
Dude, I'll be the bank robber.
Yeah. Anyway, it's Kevin Holland versus Jared. That's the fight. He wants someone to fight. That's the fight.
Dude, I would.
Book it!
I'd take that guy and I put him up against the side of the ring and I'd say, "Listen here, Kevo. Listen here.
Kevo.
Listen here, butter chops."
Yeah. Dude. Well, this was an awesome episode. It was awesome to get to hear and meet Renato Moicano and, learn a little bit more about him. Book that Paddy fight. So I think it was a successful episode. Don't forget to...
What about your Everlast commercial? You got to do that too?
Oh, dude, I do that in post, bro. That's what I do. Yeah, I do that in post.
Oh!
Dude, it's so good. It's next level.
Dude, do you actually hate... You are you making fun of me?
No.
You actually think it's good?
Yeah. I just lost my camera.
Dude, it's not even hard to do. Like, it's something I feel like I could do without losing my voice.
I mean, you should. It's pretty amazing.
Thank you.
Well, I'm going to finish out the podcast without a camera for today.
Oh, really? Okay, dude. Let's
finish it.
Play us out!
Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, ring that bell. And have a good week.
Oh, play the money sound one more time. Yeah!
It stopped the intro. The outro.
Dude, I thought it was going to go over the intro.
Have a good one.
Cha-ching!